Hi everybody. Well, if this wasn't sort of set up by the universe, I don't know what was, or is, or could have been. Tonight, it's actually making me giggle. Tonight, my video is on patience, and why patience is the key to success in business in general and life as well. So I've been recording these videos mostly on QuickTime on the computer and uploading them. Not tonight. For some reason, I don't have any camera connection on QuickTime, so I'm having to make do with doing it on my phone, which is going to be a little bit harder because I like to have my notes in front of me, and being on the phone and having my notes on the computer may not go as well, sort of centering my face. But yeah, here goes. As one of my mentors, Alex Ford, said, I need a certain amount of space above my head and everything. And actually, this is probably better. He'll be happier with this because for some reason the camera doesn't pick up my face in the light. So anyhow, so let's go. So I'd like you to think for a second what having patience means to you and how it fits in your life. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines patience as steadfast despite opposition, difficulty or diversity in your life. So that's pretty heavy. I define patience as having the ability to be at peace with a situation and to give yourself the space to work on the situation without a sense of panic. So that's my definition of having patience. So having patience allows you to be able to be comfortable when something goes wrong, something happens and you need to fix it. And things happen in life all the time, that's for sure. So I think patience is more than a virtue, as the old saying goes. And sort of to me, if you've got patience to work on something that hasn't got a certain outcome that you can't predict, and you can't always predict the outcome of things, that's good, because certainty is one of our key human necessities. As Tony Robbins says, it's a survival mechanism. So when the outcome is not clear, so it can be very hard to be patient, because mostly, especially if we're emotionally or financially invested in something, we really, really, really like to be in control of what's happening. And that can't always be the case. So we need to practice patience in this instance. Because maybe there is a time to practice patience when it is the most desirable to you to be in control. And that isn't always the case. So sometimes maybe you could practice it if you're stuck in traffic. You could practice being patient, because being stuck in traffic when you've got somewhere to go is often not a fun thing to do. So when I decided to practice patience, I would choose the longest line at the supermarket and get in that line. And then I'd become an observer. I'd just like to watch what was going on around the place. And I always was very complimentary to the lady who was working there, helping me with my groceries, because she had to practice patience as well, dealing with cranky customers who really just wanted to get in and get out. So patience in your own life is important, because you just don't have control over everything all the time. But patience in business is very, very important, especially if you have staff that you employ or other people that you work with. And if you're a more senior person and you need to train them, well, you need to have the patience with these people. You also need to have patience with your customers. If you don't have patience with your customers, well, they'll be out the door quick smart. Because remember, any purchase that a customer's making is important to them. It's super important to you as a business owner, but it's certainly important to the customer. So if you practice patience in business, you give yourself space to do more research, do more of an in-depth study of what you want to do, what the problem could be, what could arise. And sometimes rushing ahead into a decision stops you from seeing the bigger picture, and you may miss some key points that could really affect the outcome and your decision in the long term. So it is suggested that having patience could seem having patience or needing to have patience in a situation could mean that we don't feel like we're in control or have our power anymore. It's when we've got to stop and give ourselves time to think about what we're doing or what we want to happen. We may feel like we haven't got patience, where we may feel like the situation has control of us. That's very, very important, especially when you're making a big business decision, to have the patience, to give yourself the space to do all what you need to do, to look at the situation, look at it from every angle, study it, look at all the finer details and see where you go from them. So each day in our personal and work life, many things happen when patience is actually required. And if we are in the right mindset, then it's easy to be patient. So we've got to be confident. I think also having patience means that we also feel confident in what we're doing. Confident that we've got the time, confident that we'll get the information that we need. So often we are kind and considerate to others, but when it comes to ourselves, we can tend to be a little bit impatient. So I also think that patience goes hands in hands with non-judgment. So just staying in a neutral state and accepting that you have the time to collect the information, especially in business, to make the best decision. So rushing into a decision when you feel like you haven't got the time and you're getting impatient with yourself may eventually be the incorrect decision. So always give yourself time, always be patient with yourself. So that's about all that I can say. I now have to try and fix my camera to see if I can get it to talk to QuickTime again. Or I might leave it till tomorrow. But tomorrow I've got to do another video and I don't want to have to revisit this. So I'll give it a look tonight. If I can't fix it tonight, I'm going to go to bed and have a look at it in the morning. Thanks for tuning in. And again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click subscribe below. And also, I'd love some feedback from you. I hope I'm getting better and improving. I'm being patient with myself in the video making industry. And I hope that you've got value from this video. Take care. Bye.